Hey guys, my name is Denova, and I've been developing my first large-scale indie game for the last 10 months. Let's talk about that. So it's been a little bit since I've gotten to talk about my game Niko and the Cubic Curse publicly on this channel. I've been wanting to find new ways to get information about my game out, and I've kind of come to the conclusion that devlogs would probably be the best way to do that. So since we're starting this devlog series about 10 months after the start of the development of this game, there's obviously a lot missing from what you guys didn't get to see during that 10-month period. It's only fair that I give you guys a little bit of a review of what was done for this game so far. So for starters, what is Niko and the Cubic Curse? Niko is a game about a world where humans were suddenly turned into a bunch of geometric shaped creatures. It is your job as Niko to solve the mystery of the curse by going through the levels and beating bosses. This game is a 2D platformer with collectathon elements. It takes heavy inspiration from Kirby in how the character moves and feels, but then also takes inspiration from Mario in level design and world structure. However, a big thing that I've gone into this game with is trying to make every single level feel unique with a brand new mechanic. For example, 1-1, the level teaches the mechanics to the player. 1-2, white spiky pushy guys chases the player through the entire level. 1-3, Metroidvania styled maze. 1-4, funny springy shrooms. 1-5, 1-boss, first boss fight of the game. 2-1, haha, funny bird chases you. 2-2, rolly spiky balls smush you. 2-3, haha, long sword, kinda like the funny guy. The general idea of building every levels for me so far has been, I want to make every single level stand out. I wanted someone to see gameplay of a level and be able to point at it and know exactly what level it is. And I feel like so far I've done a pretty good job at that, thankfully. You know what you could do a pretty good job at? Smacking that like button. It helps me a ton, and the funny number going up makes my brain go yes. And you know what else will also make my brain go yes? You hitting the funny red button down there. So let's get it, gamers. Anyways, another thing I would like to go over quickly is some basic mechanics that will be in most levels. So for one, the health system, I currently have it that is going to be a heart-based system, and I have it that you have 5. Basically, get hit 5 times, die, you have to restart the level. I'm not sure if I'm going to add any mechanics to let players gain more, or if I'm going to leave it at 5 at default, but it's not out of the question, it's just something I'm figuring out. The next mechanic is the purple coins. There's 3 of them in almost every level. You go and collect all 3 of them, and you'll be able to unlock more levels, buy stuff in the shop, and there's also going to be a 100% bonus for collecting all of them. And lastly was how I handled the hub world. I decided to make the hub world playable, mostly because I was thinking about other games, kind of like Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, stuff like that, and I feel like their level select is really good. While it's just being playable, I feel like it's just a lot more engaging, so that's kind of what I wanted to get out of Niko with this hub world. But there's one thing missing from this being a true Denova game. That's right, woman. So right now I am going to introduce the first woman in the entire game. Drum roll, please. Wait, what do you mean she isn't pretty? Look at that, look right there. Curves. And now all of that might sound great, right? But 10 months of game development, there is obviously going to be issues and challenges along the way. So let's get into what some of those are. I think one of the hardest parts of making this game has been trying to make all these mechanics while not having it break every other part of the game. Very often I just add a mechanic and it just randomly breaks another mechanic, and it takes forever to figure out why it broke. It's one of the most frustrating experiences that I have ever gone through with developing a game. For example, I have been working on a new customization system for the game, as you can see here, but for some reason, it decided to completely break the health system. For some reason, no matter if you did choose to customize your character or not, the health system just didn't work anymore, and I couldn't figure out why for the longest time. But I did end up finding out that it was just because when I did add these customization features, it just unselected the health system from every level from the game. So I had to manually go back in and just re-add all the health elements, test to make sure it works, and go on to the rest of the levels in the game. And something like that, it took an hour out of my day just, one, trying to figure out what the cause of it was, than 2, actually fixing it. And it's stuff like this that makes development slow down a bit. But a big part of game development is never giving up. I think a big part of this is that I just want to make sure everything ends up being really high quality in the end. And honestly, quality is just in general what I have been prioritizing with this project most. This is going to be my first commercial project I ever release on any official platform. It's for sure coming to Steam, and I am trying to get it to come to other platforms as well. So I don't want my first project to be lacking quality. So no matter how long that takes me to make sure it does meet my quality standards, I'm going to make sure I allot that amount of time to it. Of course, there is also balancing, making sure that you actually release the game, because you can't work on a game forever. So as of right now, I have a loose 2021 release date for this game. Like I said, it's loose. It's not my priority to make sure I hit that date, but it is what I am aiming towards, making sure that it does. Just making sure I try to actually attempt to finish this game this year, rather than going with the mindset of, oh, I have as much time for this as I can possibly give myself. So honestly, it's kind of just balancing the two. Make sure you do actually finish the project at one point, but at the same time, also balancing the fact that it needs quality as well. And lastly, I would like to thank everyone who has been supporting this project since I released the first trailer back in September. I have been working a lot, and I do want to give you guys more updates like this in the future. So hopefully we're going to be getting these devlogs out every week or two, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next devlog. Hopefully that turned out well, because I'm not doing that again.